I'm a classic man. You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic man. Calling on me like a young OG. I'm a classic man. Your knees get met by the pre-elegant old-fashioned man. Yeah, baby, I'm a classic
University.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's happening? Let's go!
Let's go, baby. What it do?
Coming straight from Los Angeles, California, your friend, your compadre, Mr. Ivriel Lewis.
And right out of the shy, baby, on the south side is your man, Fred Abernathy. Let's go, baby. Hey, it's two brothers talking about manhood from a Christian perspective. Welcome to University of Man. We appreciate everybody that's listening, the comments and everything. Love it. Hey, not only did I say he was an excellent basketball player and he was one of the smartest dudes ever to lace up the laces, he wins MVP of the finals, Mr. Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, he looked real good. Luka was a little.
Hey, but tell me this: did you notice how often Jason Tatum screamed in the finals to make it look like he should be MVP?
So, man,
come on, man, he was screaming. It was a regular layup. Ah, really?
My man was set up. He's from St. Louis. Shout out to Jason. You know, he loves Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant gave him some nuggets before he passed away. So he's just trying to get his inner, Mamba in him. That's all it was.
Hey, and no disrespect. I do believe Jason Tatum is a great player. But it was a little overboard for me. I was like, bro, it was just a layup. Did you just scream like you just dunked on somebody? Like, be easy, B. But congratulations to the Boston Celtics for being the NBA champions of 2024.
Okay, so I don't necessarily like all that, the way you said that. Like, they got 18 championships. The Lakers got 17. So they got one extra, but the Lakers have been to the championship game 9 more times. So which franchise is better? Would it be the Lakers or the Celtics? And on top of that, the Lakers have done it in years where actually it was more than 8 teams in the league. I'm just saying.
I was going to say, those first couple of championships that the Celtics got, it was literally nobody that they were playing against.
No disrespect to Bill Russell. He represented, and the big men, George Mike and all those guys, they were doing their thing. And my man, Jerry West, he came out the blueprint. I'm just saying. He's a local.
I get it. So, and rest in peace to Jerry West and Bill Russell. But, now that Jerry West is not around anymore, can we change the logo for the NBA to Mike now? But no, so you asked the question, who's the better franchise? Quite frankly, just because I guess I hate to say the Lakers, but they lost. They lost 9 times in the finals. But yeah, I guess they've had more star power and more dynamic teams in LA than Boston. So in that aspect, I would give it to LA. But men lie, women lie, numbers don't. They got 18 chips and y'all only got 17. So, Chicago, we still only at 6, but we at 6. We got the best 6 out there. So it's all good. Hey, man. So I'm just looking at this, and this struck me very well. It says, you will never possess what you are unwilling to pursue. You will never possess what you are unwilling to pursue. And I was thinking about that, like, man, is there anything that you wanted that you were unwilling to pursue? And I think a lot of times people want these fabulous lives. They want to live in a lap of luxury. They want to have all these material possessions, but they're not willing to pursue it. And I heard Kevin Hart say one day, everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to put the work in. Like, you want to be famous, but you want to put the work in. So tell me, what would you say to somebody that's like, man, I really want to do this. I really want to pursue to do this, but one, not what would you say? What do you think is holding some brothers back from pursuing their dreams?
Forget a dream, just in life, like anything. You got to have some discipline. And I think that the secret sauce to anything is falling in love with the process. And I always, well, I don't always, but many times I talk to my children, and you got to fall so much in love with the process, make so many mistakes, not on the court, but off the court. And then when the court comes, it's going to be easy. People forget that you have to practice your craft. You have to be good at what you do. If you're supposed to be somebody that is amazing at your job, show up to work every day and be better. I used to work at the Los Angeles newspaper group, and I wanted to be the publisher. And they're like, "Why do you want to be the publisher?" I was like, "If I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna be the best. What's the highest title here?" So go for what you know, and don't show up just to show up and be somebody's cog in the. Be the watch face. Be everything. Be some things that, because it goes back to who do we serve and whose are we? I'm God's work. I'm a specimen of what God has thought that I could be. And if I'm just okay with being in the corner, nah, that's not me utilizing all the skill sets that God has given me. So back to your original question, just discipline, making sure that you do something that's a little different every day, get 1% better every day. And there's a really good book that talks about your atomic habits. Oh, it's a good book. Oh, man, just making sure that you stay on point with day-to-day things. And if you change 1% a day, you get 100% in 100 days, 300+% in a year, almost four times better in a year, because it's 366 days, because this is a leap year.
Man, listen. So you talked about a book, and discipline is definitely one of the ones that I would tell somebody to pursue your dreams, pursue what you want to do in life. But before we get to the book, like, as Christian men, I always found it weird for you to say that you're a child of the king, but you live like a peasant. Not that you got to be living in a mansion, but like, we shouldn't be check to check. We shouldn't be like, man, I don't know where such and such come from, but I want to tell you how good God is and how he's going to bless you.
I'm going to take that a step further. How are we the child of the king, but we haven't read our Bible in 6 months?
Hey, man, so you don't even know what the rules of the kingdom is.
Right. You talking about being able to utilize the rules and also be disciplined. One of the biggest disciplines that you have to have is self-care, which is reading and having moments with God. He wants to be, ironically, of all things in the Bible that struck me, was he wants to be my friend. He wants to have that friend bond to have conversations with him when I'm having problems. Like I'm talking to a Fred Abernathy or something like he wants that relationship and he wants some time and he's jealous of his time. So why would you not? Like, listen, I know that Fred and I, we can go a couple of days, couple of weeks, couple of months without talking. We'll pick up just like it was. But if we go on some years, I'm like, bro, what's up? God is in a position where he wants his time and he wants that moment where he can actually forge in you what you're supposed to do over and over again. Because if we listen to so many other people, we forget whose voice we're listening to.
It's funny you said that he wants to be our friend, because I often tell people you can't pick and choose your family. Like, he was born into the family you was. You got the brother you got the sister you got the mom and daddy you got, but you get to choose your friends. So if he's saying he wants to be your friend, he really wants you to choose him. And it says, what greater love is this than a man lay down his life, not for his mother, brother, sister, uncle, cousin, but lays down his life for his friends, because those are the people that you chose. And God is saying, choose me. But when we talk about that discipline of going to work every day, that discipline of being on time for work, that discipline of putting in what you need to do, that 1% better, the book that I read that was so great that actually you recommended to me was by Ed Milet. The power of one more, like the power of one more, dude. That right there blew my mind. So even if you're working out, just do one more rep. Even if you make a sales call, make one more call. Even if you are walking, walk one more step. That one more, bro. Like you think you at your last, just take one more step and see if you like. If you get like Ivy just said, you get better 1% more a day, you'll be 4 times better than you were when you started. That's amazing. But what really undermines us as men sometimes is I hear a lot of guys like, I wish, I wish, I wish I could do this, or I wish I had done that, or I wish. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. We're not wishing, we're hoping for this. And faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. You may not see it, but the other thing is faith without works is dead. So, like, we got to put that work in. So, you talked about practice. You remember we used to hear practice makes perfect. I don't
Practice makes perfect.
perfect practice. Say that again.
Perfect practice makes perfect. You could practice the wrong crap and you're not going to be perfect, bro. You got to perfectly practice the things that you want to do when the time comes. So perfect practice makes perfect. Sorry.
So that's a football. That's a football term. So for us in layman's terms, that sounds like look. That sounds like whatever you do in practice is what you're gonna do in the game.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that. Like, so if you practice half-heartedly, when the game comes around, you gonna play like it. And you know, one of the most impressive things that I ever heard from an athlete is when Mike Nim was in the Dream Team.
Yeah.
And they did an interview, and they said, man, the practices were harder than the actual games. Like, when I got to see some of the practices that they were playing, especially on The Last Dance, when they was like, man, Magic came in and his team was up, and he started talking trash to Mike, and Mike took over and like scored the last 19 points. And he's like, oh, yeah, we got to give it over to him. That right there, that's the type of practice that we need. So when you practice in your craft, it needs, whatever your craft is, sales, construction, electrician, whatever it is that your craft is, the practice needs to be intense. So when you run up on that scenario, it's like, oh, I know how to do this. I know how to handle this. It's not a new thing. And all of that being said, like, how do we continue to practice our craft at a high level? How do we continue to practice our craft in a way that we can pursue our wants, our dreams, so that one day those things can come to fruition? And now, what happens when, because you talked about maybe we're practicing the wrong thing. How do you know what to pursue there, Ivory?
What's your blueprint? Whatever capacity that you want to be great, you go find somebody that's doing that and figure out what they did and go do it. Like, don't make it so complicated. Like, why do we say we want to be more like Jesus? Because he was the only perfect human being on earth, and he's actually the son of Christ. Like, he's the man. So if you're looking for an amazing marriage, what should you do? Go find an amazing marriage and go do what they do. Now, you got to make sure that you are inspecting what you expect, because sometimes the amazing marriage that you thought that you saw may not be the amazing marriage that it really is. So
Yes, sir.
that's one thing. Second thing is, if you're prudent in what your judgment is and you get discernment through God, you will find that person or people that will show you an amazing marriage. And no marriage is perfect. Don't get it twisted. This is a great example. But I mean, I look at my pastors. They've been married for 40 plus years, almost 50, I want to say. And they have helped us, prune us, put us in positions, told us, hey, Ivory, you got to do this. You're lacking on this. And sometimes we have come from a generation that doesn't understand when somebody is pruning you, meaning making you better. They think that you're getting poked and prodded. And somebody's trying to make you look bad. No, if he does it in private, it's for you. If he does it in public and doesn't say your name and a shoe fits, it's for you. If he does it in public and publicly shames you, now you got a problem, right? But all those other two things, you have to be in a position to be able to take that, own it, and run better. I mean, my pastor, it feels like he talks to me every week. And I know he's talking to everybody, but it's like he came down. He said, if I came down your street, if I knocked on your door, if I'm in your kitchen, yes, you are right next to me drinking my good water. You know, like it's just, if you're in a position to want to be somebody or something, find who's done it. And for the people that are amazing and may not have had something, God may give you a vision that nobody has ever seen before. Think about Facebook. Think about Zuckerberg. Think about his vision. His vision was way different from most people because nobody had ever done it. So sometimes you have to wait and be in hiding for a couple years to master something that's never been done. Don't be discouraged. Don't be frustrated. Oh my gosh. I'm talking to myself right here, huh? But you have to come through with it. And some things you may have been working on for 20, 30 years, all your life. And all of a sudden, it's your timing now. You look at some of these individuals in their 50s and 60s, finally having breakthrough. It's never too late. So find a blueprint, finish what they've done. And whether they're alive, dead, or in a book, go get it.
And you know what? That's strong. Because you said, why do we want to be like Christ? Because of what we know. I break it down like this. I'll never forget when I preached this message. And I had all the men come to the church.
You preaching now, huh?
Well, you know, God do what he do. God do what he do. But you know, I had all the men wear their favorite jersey to church, and we never rock anybody's jersey that we don't respect. That what they've done on the court, what they've done on the field. Like I tell people all the time, the '96 Bulls, best team ever assembled. Judd Bushler was on that team. I've never seen anybody wear a Judd Bushler jersey, but he's a champion.
Except his family.
Except for his family, right? So my point is, like, you got to be able to do what you want to. That somebody, and not just somebody, but you will rock your own jersey. So are you putting enough effort into your craft that you'll be able to rock your own jersey? But if those people who jerseys we wear, they practice their craft, they're on it so that when it's time to perform, they perform. So just know that being able to rock your own jersey and put that time in will be invaluable into pursuing your dreams and your goals.
Dang, bro. Rock your own jersey. I was in a conversation with a guy years ago, and I was like, "What's that on your shirt?" He was like, "That's my family crest." And I was like, "Ooh." So he started breaking it down. He was like, Ralph Lauren, like all these different things that we have on. These are people's family names. Why are you gonna wear somebody else's family name and not yours? So I'm in the process of working on a family crest. I found one I like, right? And at the end of the day, you've got to rock you. You've got to represent yourself and at the fullest and your family. And because your family lineage is better than hopefully somebody like the BMWs of the world or all these different name brands. They are names of families.
Yes, I've been telling people that, like, man, every company that you work for started as somebody else's family. Yep. So when you're working for somebody else, you're building their dream.
Procter and Gamble.
Building their dream.
Right.
Walmart.
Roebuck.
Yeah, like, so why not you? Why can't you have a brand out there that, and that's why the name of my insurance agency is Team Abernathy. Not, nobody else. Yep, I do sell farmers insurance, but the name of my agency is Team Abernathy, and we rock that, and we say it like this is what we do. So being able to rock, like, think about that. The things that you want to pursue, You got to put that discipline. You got to put that practice. You got to put that tenacity into going and get it. It's not just gonna come to you. You gotta go get it.
I I'll say this. You said it's just not gonna come to you. Sometimes we sleep in the daytime, wide awake, and we get the dreams dropped down on us as a download. So it might just come to you, but can you really realize what you just got? And yes, you have to work to go get it, but those visions that God gives us, you got to make
The
sure.
ideas and the visions, yeah, those will come to you.
Yeah,
But I'm talking about the reality of it, making it a reality. That ain't just gonna come to you. You got to go get that.
but they only come to you when you're working at something.
Oh,
You got to be
absolutely.
in action, in motion. Like all these people in the Bible, they were doing something to actually get these visions and ideas and gifts. But if you're just sitting on the couch, nothing's happening.
That's it. So look, man, that's what I got. Chase your dreams, chase your realities, make them come true. Have that faith, discipline,
Yeah.
practice, and had the tenacity, man. Had the umption, the gumption to go out there and get it. Oh, stop telling your dreams to dream killers. The fastest way to ruin something you want to pursue is telling to somebody who ain't doing nothing, because they will kill your dreams in 30 seconds. You can't do that. What? Please. What was you about to say?
Yeah. Can I? As soon as we started having this conversation, I thought about the widow that got asked to make some food for a prophet, the prophet Elijah, and how she was like, I have, this is my last. We're about to eat this and die." And it was her and her son. And think about it. Back in the day, if you didn't have a man, it was sort of tough. And if you didn't have looks or a man or looks to get another man, whatever the case is, you were sort of stuck on whatever you could do. And at her time, she just sort of gave up. But imagine the process of the prophet Elijah to be able to say, "I'm going to ask for your last, and I'm going to trust God to give you stuff for the rest of your life." I'm going to say that again. Imagine you asking someone for their last and knowing that you're going to be a vessel for God to be used to give somebody else something for the rest of their life. So many times we say no
That
because
sounds like a spiritual annuity.
right? For the rest of your life.
For the rest of your life?
Annuity, that is so dope. Oh, Fred, you just got me. Oh, that is good. That is good. But just like with explaining annuities, and we're not going to do that today, but so many people are like, I don't get it. How could this be possible? Well, you got to look at who's taking care of all this. God is so good. And
a contract with God is unbreakable.
And listen, unwilling to her, she's like, fine, you know what? Whatever. And she did it. I don't know if she did it to really believe in what he was saying, but it worked. Sometimes you got to take a step knowing that you just trust the person, or maybe semi-trust the person, but understand where he's coming from. So, yeah. How about that? Talk to me about that conversation, that specific part of the Bible, and how this sort of works with your conversation we're having today.
It's just about saying faith without works is dead. She had a faith of a mustard seed. Like, okay, this just might work.
I don't even know if she had faith of a mustard seed. Like a corner of a speck of a mustard seed.
And just did the work that was asked of her, and got blessed for it. Like, just do the work. So many times we try to avoid the very simple thing. KIS, keep it simple. And if you want to make it a real kiss, keep it simple, stupid. Like, stop being stupid. There is no magical way for success. Do the work. Like, whatever it is.
But let me explain this to her. I hate to say this in front of you while you're doing this, but like, it wasn't like it was outside of her, the work. She could do this. As a matter of fact, she was about to do it, but she was just going to do it for somebody else. Life had hit her, bruh. Like, life hit her in her head. She's got a baby that she's looking at. How do you say to your son, we're about to die? This is our last meal. We're about to die. I'm sorry. Like, how hard can it be for life to hit you that hard? And I don't know about you, but I've never been at that place where I looked at my kid and said, we're about to die. I always have something else to say and or do. But imagine her thought process then and now where she's at. So, yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's strong. But hopefully, we never get to that point where we have that. But having that faith in the higher power, in God, and being able to say, "Hey, this is what you require me. This is what I'm gonna do, and here's gonna be the return on my investment, my spiritual investment, my yeah, the ROI, baby. We gotta have that ROI. So just know, this is where we at. This is what we do. University of Man is here. Hey, close us out, bro.
I don't know if I have anything to close us out with other than it's a great day to be amazing, baby. Let's go get it, huh?
Yes, sir.
University of Man is in the house, guys. Have a great day.
Follow us on University of Man at Team Abernathy Financial at Irie Lewis IG. Let's go.
Peace.
I'm a classic man. You can be mean when you look this clean. I'm a classic man. Calling on me like a young OG. I'm a classic man. Your knees get met by the pre-elegant, old-fashioned man. Yeah, baby, I'm a classic man.
University of Man.